Deadly Nightshade by Grisset. There once was this girl named Ashton. She was 18 years old, and she had a big obsession with fire. She even dyed her hair to look like fire. She would be bullied because of her hair and name. Her bullies would say things like she should burn in hell, and she has a guy's name. She would go by the name her best friend Aquamarine would call her, which was Ash. Ash would be bullied, but she would stand up for herself and laugh at every comment the bullies would make. She had a very sassy, weird attitude. She was considered to be an outcast, and she loved it. She was a fun and happy girl until one day she found out her best friend, that was close to her like a sister, Aquamarine, was murdered. She was very angry and all alone. She would get picked on, and the leader of the bullies, named Hannah, would say, "Aw, poor Ash. Your little bitchy friend Aquamarine deserved to die." And this would push Ash over the edge, to where she would pick Hannah up by the throat and slam her into a wall, choking her, until Jade, another one of Ash's friends, would pull her off Hannah. Ash was never one to shed a tear, but instead she would light stuff on fire. One week, after Ash tried to kill Hannah, she was walking home at midnight. She decided to take a shortcut through the woods to get home faster. But little did she know that Hannah and her little crew of followers were following her. Ash was walking until she heard a twig snap, and she stopped and turned around only to be tackled by Justin, the boyfriend of Hannah. Ash yelled, trying to push the football player, but had no luck at all. Hannah walked over and said, "Poor Ash. You really thought you could choke me and get away with it. No way." Ash spat at Hannah. "Fuck you, Hannah." Hannah just laughed. As Justin pulled Ash up off the ground, one of the other crew members poured gasoline on her. Ash started yelling, "What are you fucking doing?" And Hannah would reply with a laugh and said, "You're going to burn in hell with your little friend Aquamarine." And Hannah threw a match at Ash, setting her on fire. Ash screamed in pain and yelled as the group watched her burn, then ran off with smiles on their faces. Ash wasn't dead, though. She woke up in the woods. Her hair was on fire. Her skin was a snow white, and her eyes were bright with fire. Ash walked over to a nearby lake and looked at her reflection to see she was covered in flames. She smiled brightly and clenched her fist, only to see it turn to fire. She looked up to the sky to see that it was night, as she remembered what had happened to her. She walked to Hannah's house as she sneaked into a bedroom window and hid in the shadows of her room. Ash's blood was boiling, her anger rising. She knew she was insane for a long time, and now she was going to get revenge for her death. Hannah was lying in her white and pink bed, sleeping soundly. Ash smiled and crept over to the bed and wrapped her hand around Hannah's throat. Hannah woke up and looked directly into Ash's eyes, and she began to shake in fear. "I thought I killed you, Ashton." Ash smiled and said, "You did, and now it's time for you to burn in hell." Hannah tried to scream, but the tight grip around her neck was cutting off the scream. Ash then sets her hand on fire and plunges her hand into Hannah's chest and rips out her heart, lights it on fire while watching the light fade from her eyes. Ash took the blood of Hannah and wrote on the wall above her, I am fire, I am flame, I will make you remember my name, Deadly Nightshade. She then stepped back and admired her work, and jumped out the window to go kill the rest of those who murdered her. As she hit each of the houses, she left the same message for all to discover. To this day, there's a female killer by the name Deadly Nightshade, and she is yet to be caught, and no one knows exactly